my source and my shelter. Jesus, yes, you are my Savior, keeper. You are Jesus. You're my strong tower, Jesus, my strength. Oh, Jesus, Jesus. Oh, and day to day you'll never change. Every day remain the same. My hope and my you are Jesus, my source and my shelter. Jesus, oh, my Savior, keeper, my Savior and keeper, Savior, keeper. Oh, and there's not a friend like the lonely Jesus, my keeper. What a friend we have in Jesus. You're my Savior, keeper, my friend.
I've been messed up, stressed out with no luck. But every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Thank God I got a chance to wake up. Wake up, another day that get my cake up. Cake up, cause every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Wake up, little slick, get up out of bed. You was like a couple steps away from being out of here. Thank you for my granny prayers. Thank you for my partner down. I thought I was finished, yeah. Jesus told me start again. I would party sundown till day's end. Making money that I can't spend. I had a failing marriage and some fake friends. I had to doubt my doubts and let faith in. Was broken. God done brought me out like I was Moses. I'm chosen. Woke up Sunday morning feeling focused. Funny acting. Swipe left, yeah. That's on mamas, always capping. Swipe left, yeah. No more drama. Boy, you know you blessed. Last night was a mess. God just hit refresh.
I've been messed up, stressed out with no luck. But every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Thank God I got a chance to wake up. Wake up, another day that get my cake up. Cake up, cause every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Woke up in a new Diablo. Father touched me like I'm Pablo. Sunday service on the front stoop with a cup of tea in the condo. Tony Evans kicking convo, walking me through my storm. And I ain't grew up hearing gospel, but I got it playing this morning. I done been through this a time or two. I keep going back, but now I'm finally through. I'm like, if I was God, I'd be tired of you. But he be open arms like he desire you. I'm like, wow. Smoking, sipping, slipping, thought I lost my grip and wow. Pulled me back and told me I'm forgiven.
I woke up Sunday morning, wait up on my chest. Had to remind myself that every day I'm blessed. Cause every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Thank God I got a chance to wake up. Wake up, another day that get my cake up. Cake up, cause every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Wake up, wake up, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Seasons change the color so quickly, it's hard to keep up with the leaves. Cause everybody leaves. On my birthday, Kobe, Gigi, and 7 souls remind me that the tree of life is so uncertain. And tomorrow has unpredictabilities as colorful as the smiles that took off that day. May that Sunday morning resonate past trophies and trinkets in the ongoing pursuit of more to sober us with the humbling truth. My life and your life is just a vapor. And if what you see is all you see, then you do not see all there is to be seen. Quickly, we leave.
Moving in our midst, I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every life. I worship you. I worship you. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. That is who you
Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Ask Elaine, better ask Elaine. Ask Elaine, better ask Elaine. Ask Elaine, better ask Elaine. Ask Elaine, better ask Elaine.
Hello there. Oh, let's see. Can you hear
I went out.
anything? I did too.
I hear you and I hear me, but I don't hear the music.
I don't either. I sure do hope that we're on the air, Pastor Lisa.
Well, I think we might be, and my mic might be muted, but I think we are on the air. I'm
Uh,
trying to see if I can find.
um, Randy Crawford. Okay, our engineer says,
You wanted your music short.
yeah, yeah. We appreciate it, Mr. Engineer. Good afternoon and welcome to Ask Elaine. This is your voice, Commissioner Elaine Lucas, welcoming you to the show. We have a very, very special guest today, none other than Pastor uh, Watson, Pastor Lisa Watson, one of the mayors of South Macon, along with Dr. Mary Butler. And I know you want to hear what she has to tell us today. She always has a lot going on. Uh, we want to welcome Pastor Lisa. We want to welcome our guest. Randy Crawford is already on, my sister Nita. Um, and she says hello
Hello,
to
Neat,
us.
Neat, and
Let's
Randy.
see, and y'all hit like and share so, to remind some of the others that we are on. It's 3, and even though it's during the holidays, we are still here, live. What do they say? Live and in color. We want to wish all of you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa. Oh, there
Kwanzaa.
are a lot of Kwanzaa
I saw
events
some of
going
it
on
last
starting.
night.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of them are,
George S.B. Muhammad.
yeah,
Yeah,
George
a
Muhammad.
great group of
And
youth with him last night.
yeah, he is, he's been doing that, I think, for
30,
20,
30,
30
about
years.
30.
And we're fortunate enough to remember when it started and to compliment him for all of those years that he's kept it out there, even though some people don't want to even think
Acknowledge it.
and
Hmm.
acknowledge it. And he's also one who's dealt with Juneteenth
Yes, kept it
for a
alive
long,
a
long
long time.
time, and
Hmm.
then it became a national holiday. It's a
Woo-hoo.
national holiday,
Yes,
y'all, in June.
yes.
And he has kept those activities going as well. So we just like to salute, shout out
Yeah,
to those folks who are making a difference in the community. And
absolutely.
whether you like it or not, or whether you're on the bandwagon or not, they continue to roll
Right.
and they continue to bring you wholesome um, nation building
Yeah,
events,
yeah,
whether you like it or
yeah.
not. And a lot of us
And I
appreciate
like
that.
that he does it at the Douglas,
Yeah,
historic Douglas, and the
yeah,
historic Harriet Tubman
yeah,
Museum. So
that's
just a
right.
lot of history.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Once again, for those who've just tuned in, if you're on 980 AM or 107.9 FM, or if you're right here on the Glory Live, we want to welcome you to this week's edition of Ask Elaine. And we just appreciate all of you so very much. Please like and share to remind those who love being with us every week and who might have forgotten
Hmm.
to remind them. Sherry Shannon Miller has joined us. Hello. She had a
Yeah,
birthday.
the
She
birthday
has a
girl.
birthday today, I believe is the
Yes, the
actual
birthday
birthday.
girl.
And we have a little birthday club and we celebrated her birthday and Mary Jane Glover's. They both have December birthdays. So we celebrated those at the Lob
I think I saw a
on
2 and a 6
Saturday.
on a calendar.
Yeah, they
A
had a
calendar.
two. They had a 2 and a 6. Wishful thinking.
I saw that on
Wishful
the cake.
thinking. Yeah, we are slowly getting that thing together and keeping it. We might have a few more of our
Got
friends
to
who
add
like
on to that
the
birthday.
lob,
Yeah, yeah.
to add on to that birthday club. But it's a group of us. We get together. during the month of some of the group members' birthdays, and we celebrated that person's special spot that they like.
All right,
I
we
like
gonna make a
Red
note of March,
Lobster's.
Sherry. We're gonna make a note of March.
Okay. All right, Pastor. All right. We're going to do that. So we want to welcome all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We want to remind our Make and Bib employees that all those who joined the workforce before July 1st of 2023 were gifted with a $2,500 bonus, and those were the full-time folks, and those who were part-time, permanent part-time, they received $1,000, and that's a
Awesome.
retention bonus. That is an amount of money just to say thank you for being a loyal employee, and please hang in here with us because there's so many things that are happening in Macon, Georgia. I am just amazed, aren't you,
Yeah,
Pastor,
absolutely.
at all of the things that's going on. Let's talk
Progressing,
about that
progressing.
just a little bit, because there's some people who have some negative attitudes about stuff, and everybody can think the way they want to think about stuff.
Absolutely.
But now, and it takes a good bit to convince me about things. I watch and watch and watch and watch, and then once I'm convinced that the evidence is more on this side that oppose that way of thinking than there are opinions that are negative toward
Pros and
it, then
cons.
I'm done with it.
Yeah.
And so on things like the amphitheater,
Okay.
that
Awesome.
development, the East Bank,
Awesome.
the opportunities that are going to happen over on the east side.
Awesome.
There are just any number of things that are happening. Recreation facilities, there are plans to add on to Frank Johnson to
And
the
they're
tune
looking
of
so
one
good.
or two
Yeah.
million dollars more,
Yeah.
in addition to what has already been done, and also Memorial Gym.
Dolores Brooks. I mean, it's
Dolores
looking so
Brooks.
recreation
Oh
looking so
yeah.
much better.
Gilead has just officially they're gonna officially do a naming event
Okay.
on Friday,
Okay.
and we will be there to let everybody know where your tax money is going. So
Yeah.
that's another thing.
Recreation looking good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we promised we were going to do it for every section of town, and I would not be saying that I'm proud to be a part of it if we had not done it. And it's continuing
Good
to
investment
take
of some
place.
dollars. Good
Yeah,
investment.
yeah, yeah.
Good
The
investment.
roads, there is a comprehensive plan for redoing all of the
A lot of
roads.
good repaving been going
Uh
on
huh.
already.
The worst ones first,
Yeah.
the worst sections of roads first.
Hmm.
And you all know where they are.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
And so, and then they will go to the next worst ones, but it goes so slowly, folks, because there are only a few companies in the United States,
And they do it.
in the state of
Hmm.
Georgia, and certainly I think maybe there may be one in
And talking about
Macon
roads, I'm just
that
so
does
glad
that
to
kind
see
of work.
Jeffersonville Road
Jeffersonville
and
Road,
to
yeah.
see it honored, give the honor to us, our Senator
We
David
want to thank
Lucas,
you and Dr.
renaming
Butler
it.
for attending
That was a
the
proud
event
moment.
too, and the
Yeah.
other ministers who were there, and just community folks
Yeah,
who
that
were
was a
there.
great.
And there's a lot of that's a big improvement, not only
Hmm.
for the east side, but for
Yes.
all of Macon, anybody who travels. Plus, it has something that I've been a proponent of for a long, long time, and that is pedestrian
Oh
safety
yes.
features,
Oh yes.
where you have a median net in the middle of the
Hmm.
road where you
Hmm.
cross halfway, you can stop,
Hmm.
make sure it's safe to continue on across,
And
and
that
then
pedestrian
finish.
committee, y'all have really made a
Our
difference.
pedestrian safety
Yeah,
review board,
really has
yeah,
made a
Greg
difference.
Brown is the chair
Yes.
there, and they are continuing to have input on all of the road projects,
Yeah.
and pushing for better lighting,
Yeah.
and pushing for
Oh
sidewalks,
yes.
more sidewalks. And if you have ideas, you see something that you think we ought to do, even the state is working with us a little bit better thanks to the mayor's input and his meetings with our state officials, our state elected
You got to give it
officials,
to,
and GDOT,
yeah, you got to give it to
and
them.
requesting that they take a close look
Yeah,
at these state
yeah,
roads.
yeah.
And so you see a lot of work that the state is
Mm-hmm,
doing, and greater marking,
mm-hmm.
and the fluorescent kind of
Lighting.
features
Mm-hmm.
that are put down on the road so that you can see better.
Yeah, and as we
So,
get older, we know how important that
oh,
lighting
you
part
better
is.
believe it. You
Yeah,
better believe it.
especially at night.
hmm
Yeah,
So, if you, especially at night, you're
yeah,
an observant person and you see that there's some areas that are especially dark and unsafe, especially at night, you let
yeah.
your
You see it, you say
commissioner
it.
know,
Yeah.
and we will then include that as a
Mm-hmm,
part of that road, that paving project. It's probably going to, and also the lighting, the additional
yeah,
lighting
yeah.
that needs to be put in our neighborhoods. And so there's just a lot going on.
This administration just brought down, well, how many houses?
It's over
Blighted.
600. I think it's like 650
When you just
now,
consider that,
650.
the fast track of that in what 2.5 years he been there to get that done, and all of us know how hard we pushed that button for years
Mhm.
trying to get that,
Mhm.
just to have that going at the speed it's going, and then have the prospects of more better development coming back in those
Yeah.
lots. That
Yeah.
that by
Yeah.
itself,
Yeah.
that's
Uh,
large.
and you're right. Not only are they coming down, but they're leaving something that looks better
In the
than was
place.
there before.
Hmm.
They'll run down stuff.
Yeah.
But there is a plan in place. There's a public-private partnership where contractors can go in and get low interest money, low interest loans, and go in and develop some of these homes
Hmm.
that you don't have to tear down.
Hmm.
You can
Yeah,
renovate,
they've been
and
doing a lot
then
of restoring
yeah,
those.
and
Yeah.
then put new
And you
structures
can
on
just see
some
the
of the
cleanup.
vacant
You
lot.
could you
Yeah,
could ride over Macon and you can
yeah.
see the difference in the cleanup.
But you know what would help,
What that?
Pastor?
What that?
If we would not throw our trash, our
Littering.
potato
Yeah.
chip
Littering.
bags and our
We,
KFC
you know
boxes and
that
our crystal
that's so
stuff and all
true.
that on the street. There are trash
Trash in our
cans.
own neighborhoods, I call it. Trash in our
Uh-huh.
own
Uh-huh.
neighborhoods. When the trash cans are very near where we are. I tell my kids, even we're teaching our kids, every time you stop at the gas station to pump gas, get all the trash out of your
Yeah.
car. So
Yeah.
you have no need to do that kind of thing, be a litter bug. So it's measured like that, that we got to press our
Yeah.
people when they're on the
Yeah.
road out just enjoying themselves. Don't throw trash out the windows
Uh-huh.
and litter your own
Or
streets.
you stop and you're in a shopping center
Yeah,
and then you
you eat
you
and leave it
open
on the
your
ground and
door
sit it
and
out.
put the
Yeah,
bags
exactly. And
down.
and trash cans are right there. They're
Uh-huh.
right there. So we
Yeah.
got to press that. But Warner Robins, I always commend Warner Robins for that. Because as you ride down their
Oh,
streets,
it's
it got the
clean.
signs out there that say "Don't litter, take
Yeah.
pride,
Yeah.
curbside pride,"
Yeah.
and that's what make them. We got to get that curbside pride. That's what I
Right.
like about the clean streets matter, because
Hmm.
it's giving us that back. Not to
Right.
trash our own neighborhoods
That's
and
right.
trash our own streets.
That's right.
That's us. We got to do that
Yeah,
for us.
we've got over in our neighborhood in Walnut Creek, we've got some guys who are retired
Hmm.
who are out there cleaning that road so that the entrance to the neighborhood
Look
looks
good.
nice.
Yeah, I saw the East
And
Macon group doing that.
yeah, and the same night
Yeah,
or the next morning,
somebody
you
dumped.
drive
Yeah,
through,
somebody dumped
there
again.
will be food containers,
Hmm.
cups,
It's us. We got to stop trashing our own
diapers.
neighborhoods.
And I have done cleanups
Hmm.
along that road too.
Hmm.
And you'll be surprised the stuff that you pick up.
Oh,
Oh, it's
we've gotten
it's
it out our
it's you
churchyard. You
you
know.
have to have your
Yeah,
gloves and your
exactly.
and your
We
uh
have to clean the curb at the corner of Houston and
boy.
Chatham right there at our church.
Yeah.
We have to do it constantly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, from
Uh-huh.
just that, people throwing
But you
trash
know
going
some
down
people are
Houston Avenue.
getting fined
Yeah,
because
got some
there are
cameras to catch
cameras
them down.
in some of
Yeah,
these
that is
areas
needed.
and they'll get your tag
It's
number,
needed.
or if some of you who don't like folks littering, if you get these tag numbers
Hmm.
and turn them in,
Yeah,
those folks, they will be found and they will be cited
and they
for
need to be,
illegal
and they
dumping.
need to be, because there's a lot of places now available for that, and that's another
That's right.
initiative that
The
this
convenience
administration. Yeah, you
centers.
don't have to do that no more. A lot of people would avoid having to pay to go dump.
Uh
You
huh.
don't have to do that anymore.
That's right.
That's somewhere
There's
convenient.
one down below where the old city dump
Yeah.
was. If you're a Bibb County citizen, you can take a truckload of
Hmm.
your trash
Hmm.
now, not a business that you did, not a location that you went and did and cleaned up and then you taking it down. You can't do it that way.
Yeah.
Has to be your own
Yeah.
personal property,
Yeah.
your trash.
Clean it off the
You
yard.
take
Clean
it
it up
down
right.
there, show your driver's license, they'll let you drive in, and they have individual places organized for you to put
Certain.
like your metal, your household garbage,
It's
your
already
this and
sorted
that.
as you drop it.
Right. You
Yeah.
drop it in those different areas and it keeps the area clean. Then you're able to get rid of some stuff
Yeah.
because we recently realized we had a whole
A
bunch
whole
of
bunch of
stuff
stuff.
after code enforcement came
Yeah.
by and
And
reminded
that's what I'm saying. You can see the
us.
difference in this
so,
administration doing that. Clean streets matter
so
stuff.
and you can't say a word because
No, because
because you
it
know
should
if
have been
you've got some
gone. Yeah,
yeah yeah so
and
they
we had a
helped me a
pile up
little
on
bit.
us.
They helped me. They reminded me. But anyway, they will remind you too
Yeah,
if you've got too many cars, if you've got cars that the air is out of the tires
yeah,
and no current registration,
yeah.
those are illegal. You can't park those big old trucks
But it does
in
make
your
our
neighborhood.
neighborhoods look better when houses
They
are
do
not
look
are
better.
empty, and they got to be boarded up and not sitting out wide open in the
Hmm.
back. And it keeps down crime.
Yeah,
It keeps
yeah,
down the hazards of rats and
yeah,
all kind of snakes and stuff when it's
yeah,
cleaned off. It's just
yeah.
we got to do it.
We do have to do it. Patrick Davis has joined us.
Hey,
Hi,
Patrick.
Patrick. It's so good to have you with us. My sister Nita says Jeffersonville Road is very nice. Everyone's pleased, and she thanks Senator
Yeah,
Lucas. Sherry Shannon Miller, birthday girl,
yeah.
is with us. We also want to wish happy birthday to Mary Jane Glover.
Yes,
Both
Miss Glover.
Sherry and Mary Jane Glover are board members of EL High School Academy, as are you and
Yeah,
Dr.
everybody
Butler.
know Mama Glover from
Uh
teaching.
huh. Uh huh. Yeah, she's
They
wherever
know
we
about
are, people talking about. Is that you, Miss Glover? Didn't you teach me? I think she taught every child
it. Sounds like she did.
In Bibb County.
Sounds like she
All right,
did.
and Randy Crawford, of course, that and is with us, and we just welcome all of you and thank you all. We just wanted to recap a few things that are going on in the community. We hope that you had a safe Christmas and you got
When you
something
talk
very
about
very
the
special.
amphitheater, though, you got to mention what's going on inside the mall,
Oh,
because they are really getting into this
oh,
ball, this
yeah,
pickleball stuff. People
yeah,
are really
yeah,
getting into that.
yeah.
What's going on inside too?
The
The election
Macon
office.
Mall is the home of, I believe, the largest pickleball um,
Hmm.
complex, I think, in the nation.
I think I heard.
And it is called Rhythm and
I think I heard that if it was it's the largest.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
called Rhythm and
something.
it's some
But
yeah.
it's picking up steam.
It really is. It's one of the fastest growing
It's picking up
sports. It's
steam.
not as strenuous on you and fast as tennis, and it's not as slow as like ping pong,
Yeah, well,
maybe, but it's
I
kind of a
played tennis in
cross.
college, and
Uh
you
huh.
got to have some muscle
Oh
to do
yeah.
it.
Oh
So
yeah.
they
You
said
got to move.
this is much better
Uh-huh.
on you
Uh-huh.
than that.
Pastor Stanley's wife is an
I
avid
heard that. I
pickleballer,
heard that.
and he was joking about how
She gonna have
she's
him out
just
there.
in pickleball. So it is something. Don't sit and say what's for some other folks. Try it out
You might like
and
it.
see. That's one more
Hmm.
thing to offer. And out at that mall now, you have your board of elections,
That's
and
right.
those of you who are not registered, or if you
Please,
just want to check
please,
your status, you can go on your phone and check your status,
please
go to my
register.
voter page. But if there's some business you want to take care of and you want to go to your new Board of Elections. You will be
Inside
amazed at how nice it
the
is. It
mall.
is. It's inside, down in that area where Sears used to
Mm-hmm.
be.
Lot of
It's just
space. Lot of
amazing.
space.
Uh-huh. There are two courtrooms
Hmm.
out there at your Macon Mall. It is
So
truly
you ain't got to
coming
worry
back.
when you go to court. Got plenty of
Ye-
parking.
Yeah.
That's it's a lot of
Yeah.
space.
Yeah. And the planning and zoning is going to move out there. Also, the Macon development
Awesome.
area
Awesome.
planning organization is going to be out there. There are just a number of and more shops
Yeah.
are going in
Yeah.
there
I see
now
Patrick putting the
too.
list up there of
Yeah,
all that's going
yeah,
in there.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Welcome to Harriet Taylor, who has joined us, and Steve Bryant, who is in Virginia, but he loves Macon. He grew up in
yeah.
Pleasant Hill, and he's on. I've noticed that
He's a
he
regular.
tunes in to
Regular.
most of the shows
Keeping up with his
that are
hometown.
on. Yeah, and once again, we want to congratulate Richard Hunt, the son of the late Sarah Mincy
Huh.
Hunt, who celebrated his 1 year anniversary
Yeah,
here on
I saw the show
WDDO.
when he did
So,
his anniversary.
yeah, yeah, it was just a
That
pleasure
year went
talking with
quick,
it. It
and he had
did.
some great guests.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. Oh, and there he
and
is.
soon and
Yeah.
soon we gonna be one.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Me and
yeah.
Dr. B.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That
He's
year went by quick.
he's all right, and his mama would be very,
Yeah, he
very
carrying out
proud.
that legacy of
Yeah.
community involvement
Yeah.
and informing community.
Yeah,
She would
all
love that.
those folks that followed Miss Hunt and who were there when she would raise these issues and stuff.
Yeah,
We don't see some of those
yeah.
folks
And he does,
anymore. We want
and
to see you out
yeah,
there,
and he
so do
does like his
something.
mom. I noticed when he has interviews, he's already did his
Oh
research and
yeah,
he's ready to
oh
get
yeah,
the information from his interviews. He get that information out there.
that's
So
right,
he be done
that's
that
right.
homework and be ready to ask the needed questions.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Now we have a lot of events coming up. As
yeah.
most of you know, around the first of the year during January, we celebrate, we have a flurry of events in commemoration of Dr. King.
We do.
The Evangelical Ministers Alliance, of which Pastor Lisa and Dr. Butler, Pastor Lisa is the coordinator and
That's right.
has been for a number of years, has
That's
kept
right.
that organization rolling
That's
and
right.
kept those events on target.
That's right.
Dr. Butler
My assistant.
assists, she's
Hmm.
your assistant
That's
there,
right.
and they have truly worked for all of these
That's
years,
right.
all of these years. And they continue to work in honor of the late Pastor Richard
That's right.
Gamage, who was
Leroy
just a
Reeves.
leader, and Leroy Reeves, and
Yes.
some of these other warriors
That's right.
who
That's right.
paved the way
That's
for
right.
all of you to just come along now and
That's right.
enjoy
That's
these
right.
different events. So we invited representation from the Evangelical Ministers Alliance. We are also expecting to have a representative from Macon Black Culture,
Mm-hmm.
and they on New Year's Eve night,
Right.
going into the new year,
Right.
down in Rosa Parks
Square.
Square.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to have a ceremonial ball drop. They're
Yes.
going to have all kinds of activities,
Family
events, and
friendly.
things,
Mm-hmm.
family friendly. And because it is, that park is set aside as one that is alcohol free.
Right.
So if you are not, then
Move to the other
you got
side
to
of the
find you
road.
somewhere. I think there are certainly other
Yeah.
events that
Yeah.
would involve alcohol, but in Rosa Parks Square,
It'll be
no,
family
it was
friendly.
set up
And the
that
games and
way.
things, they're gonna have bouncy house and everything for
Oh, they're
kids.
going to have many,
Mm-hmm.
many things.
Yeah.
So you will want to take part in that. And if our representative from Macon Black Culture comes in, then we will certainly have that person to tell
Right.
you more details on
Right.
that event. But we wanted to let you know that New Year's Eve,
And
that's
I
Sunday.
think they can check Black Culture out too on
Yeah,
Facebook.
yeah,
Go
Facebook,
on their
Macon Black
page.
Culture.
Yeah.
Check that out, and you can see those events. Also, I believe the events are listed on
Oh,
Macon
right.
Bibb County.
Right. Under
and
the
you
MLK
under the
icon.
MLK, right, right. The MLK King board has formed a partnership
That's right.
too. We are so blessed that these years have brought about a realization that we are a support
That's
organization
right.
and we are there to carry the torch in for Dr. King, but we are also forming collaboratives.
That's
So
right.
we've been in partnership with the Evangelical Ministers
Hmm.
Alliance for years and years and years. Also, the Mentors Project,
That's right.
headed by
June
June
O'Neill. Hmm.
O'Neill, for years and years and years.
Hmm.
And we were really pleased this year
To
to
add.
form a
Hmm.
partnership with the Martin Luther King Elementary School
Yeah. Yeah.
and also with Making Black
Making black culture.
Culture and also with the Juneteenth group and
Hmm.
Kwanzaa
Hmm.
group. So you've got a collaborative of all of these different organizations. It would be wonderful to have a building where
Yes.
all of these different
Oh, that
organizations
would be
had an
awesome. That would
office
be awesome.
and we could all collaborate yearly and maybe have sort of an incubator kind of thing with
See
a
it in the future.
receptionist that will work for all of
I
the
can see it in the future.
organizations.
Yeah.
The Coalition for the People's Agenda, Dr.
Hmm.
Lowry's organization,
Hmm.
headed by Helen Butler
Hmm.
now, they have such a building
Right.
in Atlanta,
And they keeping that
and
dream alive of
they
Joseph
most
Lowry and
certainly
Dr.
are.
King. Yeah. Yeah,
Uh
that's how
huh.
you do it.
Now,
John Lewis.
Patrick has provided us some information here. Thank you, Professor Patrick. He says that Making Black Culture's mission is to instill love, pride, unity, and empowerment in the Black community of Middle Georgia.
Good business.
With the
Hmm.
partnership with businesses and other
And
nonprofit
nonprofits.
organizations that cater to underserved communities, we create events and activities to instill hope and provide resources. Our purpose is to mentally and socially engineer the community to be receptive to the positivity
I like that.
in our
In our
city. And
city.
that is great. That's Making Black Culture. I'm glad to see, too, it's a whole bunch of younger
That's
folks.
what I like about
And
it.
it says that our future is secure because there are people coming along
That's right.
who share the ideals
That's
that
the
we do.
theme that we're moving forward with the EMA coming back bigger and stronger and younger. So we
Okay.
want more and more young. That's why we're going to include again, along with Gantz Youth from
Mm-hmm.
Gantz Academy,
EMA Evans.
EMA Evans. We're going to be including Destined for Greatness again because that's
Uh-huh.
our older youth group.
Uh-huh.
So I love bringing the younger. Then all the younger pastors are going to be joining and leading the marches from each side of town.
Oh
We
yeah.
want to come back bigger, stronger, and younger.
Uh-huh.
So we
Okay, let's
encourage.
start with the listing of the
All
events.
right,
Starting
January 1.
okay.
January 1, we kick off with the emancipation service on January 1. Usually we'll have it at noon, but because watch night services that most of the churches will
Mm-hmm.
have will be on Sunday night into Monday morning. So this time emancipation will be held on January 1 at 6 p.m. And we'll be at the outgoing president's church, St. John,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be
Mm-hmm.
installing our new president on January 1 of the EMA, Evangelical Ministers Alliance. So on January 1, we'll be at St. John Baptist Church on Key Street. I think that's 910 Key Street.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be for the Emancipation Proclamation service. And Pastor James Mann will be the keynote speaker. I think he's the pastor of the Congregational Baptist Church down on Hazel Street.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be at
Mm-hmm.
St. John on January 1 for emancipation.
It's a yearly thing, y'all. A lot of folks
Mhm.
have, they look at you real funny when you say that it's a yearly thing,
Annual
but it takes
emancipation,
place every year. This year, January 1,
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
St. John
at St. John
Baptist Church.
Baptist
Ralph
Church,
Cherry is the host pastor.
corner of Anthony Road
Hmm. And Key
and
Street,
Key
right
Street.
next to the old Georgia Power.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then the keynote speaker is Pastor James Mann. And we're looking forward to that day having it'll be very brief, installation of the new officers
Mm-hmm.
for the EMA. That'll start at 5:30. Installation for all the new officers for 2024-25. But then we'll come back at the end of January, and I'll tell you about that when we're going to have a big installation service for the new president, Pastor Leon Ward. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we
yeah.
have about 5 events starting with January 1. Then we'll come to January 14th. That's the night, the Sunday night before we march. January 14th. This year, Martin Luther King's federal holiday and March date, it comes on his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll actually be marching
The
the holiday the
15th, y'all.
15th. But
The
the night
15th.
before, the Sunday night before, we go to church. We go to Living the Dream in worship. And that's what we come together at 6 p.m. This time we'll be at Green's Tabernacle. And the guest speaker there will be a new minister to the EMA. She's Minister Sydney Watson. She's from the Unionville Baptist Church. She's a
Okay.
female, no
Okay.
relation to me, but she's a female minister from Unionville Baptist Church, her pastor, Reverend I.E. Mack. And
Mm-hmm.
she'll bring the keynote
Mm-hmm.
address at Living the Dream in worship, and that'll be
Okay.
on January the 14th. The host pastor will be Pastor Clifford Little at Green's Tabernacle. Then that Monday morning, Dr. King's actual birthday, federal holiday, January 15th, we'll march from all parts of the city, north, east, west, south, just like we've done citywide. And we've asked all the young pastors, and they've agreed to come in. On the north, we have Pastor Freeland coming in with the north.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new young presence. Pastor Franklin and brothers Dwayne, what's the name? Harold and Daryl Franklin will be helping from the north. And then on the east, we've asked Pastor Dominique Johnson and all of the crew over there, Richard Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be coming in with the guys over there, Dawson and Hazel, bringing in the east side. And we know Stanley is there and Finney is there. They always
Mm-hmm.
come in every year, but we've
Mm-hmm.
asked those young guys to come in with them, and they've agreed to do it. Barry Mitchell, all of them will be coming in. And then on the west side, that will be coming from the Booker T. Washington Center, and that's where Freeland is coming in with them
Mm-hmm.
from the west side. From the west side. That's where Dexter Jordan is
Uh-huh.
coming in with them from the west side, Center Hill.
Center
They'll
Hill.
be coming in from the west side, along with the new president, Pastor Leon Ward,
Mm-hmm.
along with Clifford Little. They'll be coming in from the west side. So we got some younger guys coming in there with them on the west. And then I'm excited because, Dr. Butler and I bring it in from the south side.
Ah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
this year we have the new pastor elect from Macedonia again joining us,
Oh, yeah.
Pastor Belvin
Belvin
Ware.
Ware. We want
And
to congratulate
yes,
him
and
on.
we also have the new pastor of New Faith there, Jarvis Assad. He'll be coming
Uh-huh.
in with us from the
Uh-huh.
south side. So,
Uh,
like I said, we got a lot of the younger guys who are coming in with us to march and lead the marches with us. So we're excited about that
that's
coming
great.
back.
A lot of people say, well, why in the world do y'all keep on marching?
Oh man,
Why y'all, what does
we
that
got to
mean?
keep the dream
What
alive.
does marching
We got to keep the
mean?
dream alive. We got to pass the history on to our young people, what has happened to our race. We can't forget our history, can't forget the sacrifices made for us to have the civil liberties, civil rights we enjoy, which you know yourself now. We're still fighting to
Oh
keep
yeah.
our rights
Oh
to
yeah.
vote or being attacked like never before. And we have to keep that history. If we don't keep it before us, what we had to do to get where we are, we're doomed to repeat it. And so we got to educate our young people, as well as still some of our own
Right. That's
people
right.
that are grown and able bodied that we need to vote for
Yeah.
our own
Yeah.
rights and things like that. Our civil liberties are they're on the table.
They
Somebody
are.
said they're still on the table.
That's
And
right.
so we with all of that, we take an effort to continue to use the sacrifice, and we can never forget that Dr. King, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, that they paid the ultimate
They
sacrifice.
were murdered.
That's the
They were
ultimate sacrifice.
assassinated.
And all we're asking you to do is sacrifice a day in March,
Right.
a day in vote. And
Right.
I go vote. It don't even take me 15, 20
Oh,
minutes to go in and out of the poll most of the
and
time.
with these new
Yeah,
locations and new inside,
yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be
And these
even.
people gave their life for us to
Yeah.
have these rights
Yeah.
and these liberties. So to
Yeah.
me, it really is, as John Lewis said, it's a sacred trust
Hmm.
to me.
Then, of course, in February, that's the shortest month, but it's
But
Black
still,
History Month, and
that's
there
right.
will be a number of events. But
Mhm.
and people talk about that's the shortest month. They gave us the shortest
Oh,
month. but we don't see you.
My.
We don't we
My,
we
my.
don't see you
My.
during that short month.
Yeah.
If you're insulted, then you need to be out there and be a part
Yeah.
of the things that are planned.
Hmm.
There are any number of activities. You're going to have oratorical
That's right.
contests.
That's
You're
right.
going to have special events at the Tubman Museum.
That's right.
You'll have special events at the Douglas
And
Theater.
a lot of them go on all year
That's
long,
right. That's
reminding
right.
us of our history, reminding us how to make sure to protect our civil liberties.
Right.
But
Right.
we got to avail
I
ourselves.
would like to see either Dr. Ficklin or Dr. Fortuneau or some of the other historians in our community set up a series of Black history
Summits or seminars,
summits,
forums,
seminars, discussions,
and educators
and um, have them set up over maybe a 2 month period of time and have it couldn't be a huge, doesn't need to be a huge group, but groups of people who would like to kind of refresh themselves
panel, be on the panel and have
on the
audience. Yeah.
history of our people, because
Hmm.
there are attempts now to erase our history and to tell us that we enjoyed slavery,
We
that
got to we got to
we
tell our
learned some
story.
trades from slavery.
We got to tell
You
our
know,
story.
when people start telling you that, then you know it's time to get up
We got to
and
tell our
start,
story.
you know, doing something.
Yeah.
Because how asinine could you be? How asinine is it a statement to say that the slaves actually benefited
From slavery,
from
from
slavery?
being beaten,
You were
raped,
somebody else's
from
property,
being beaten, raped,
used,
lynched,
yeah,
but you benefit.
but you
You
benefited.
work for
You
free.
learned some
You work
trades.
for free, but you benefit. You build buildings
You
for
know,
free, but you
how do you shape your lips to say
you
something
had your
like
children
that?
taken and stolen from you and
Right,
sold like
right,
property,
right.
but you benefit.
But you
That's
benefited. You
crazy.
enjoyed slavery.
It's
You were
crazy.
just so happy.
It's crazy.
You were happy to be owned
It's
by
crazy.
folks. You were happy. Just recently, a sister who was elected to a position
Hmm.
in, I've forgotten the state, but a sister discovered some deed books, some
Okay.
books that had wills
Okay.
in it. And these white people,
And stolen out.
they in their wills, they put in there who they wanted their slaves to go to, that they wanted what, Mary Ann, whoever, to John,
We
to
were
go to their
we were
children.
so valuable.
Oh, we were property.
Huh?
We were property. We were
Wow.
property. And so it was just really interesting. I'm going to read some more about that, but they actually
It's
put us
amazing
in
that,
their
it's
wheels.
amazing the records here. Now I think Erica,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
clerk
Superior,
discovered, yeah,
yeah, clerk of Superior Court,
how
Erica
to
Wood.
see how we were treated
Yeah,
during that time
yeah,
as
yeah.
slavery,
It's
as property.
and people paid the ultimate sacrifice. They were
And
murdered.
that's why we march,
Uh-huh.
lest we forget,
Right. There
lest we
is a
forget.
monument to lynching,
Hmm.
to a that commemorates a lynching that it didn't take place by the Douglas Theater, but there is a monument that's
Okay.
placed there. And I remember a discussion just a few years ago. This was since consolidation,
Okay.
where there was a group who wanted to place a plaque
Okay.
there at the Douglas because a person was lynched and brought there. The
Wow.
body was found in front of the Douglas Theater.
Wow.
And so the research showed that that was one of the places that this group, the Presbyterian Church, I believe,
Wow.
was going around and placing these plaques on the sites of the lynching. There was actually a debate on our commission about it, because I sponsored the
Hmm. Hmm.
legislation to have it placed there.
Hmm.
And there were actually some members of our commission who argued against it and voted against the placement of that plaque.
They don't like having to own that ugly history
Look,
because it's
look,
ugly.
look.
You can't erase it. They want to erase it
And
because it's
this was
ugly.
about 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
they want to erase it because it's ugly.
Yeah,
But they don't erase that ugly history of the Holocaust.
that's
And
exactly
we
right.
cannot erase the ugly history of slavery to our people.
Right, right.
But we got to tell our story. If no
Uh-huh.
one else tells our story, we got to teach in our
It's gotta
churches.
be
We got
told.
to teach in our schools.
Right.
We got to teach in our homes. We got to continue to tell and teach our
Yeah.
story.
We've got to reverse a whole lot of negative things because the system is built on telling us that we are inferior
Exactly.
to other people. Black
Exactly.
and brown people, the system is set up to train you to look
Systemic.
at
That's right.
black and brown as less than.
That's
And
bad.
with the way things are going now, with a nut like Trump
Oh
going
God.
all over this country, and he's saying it, he doesn't even hide it.
No, he doesn't.
He
And he got some followers that are
boy,
just as crazy, just as ignorant.
I tell you, and then we have some of our folks who are so brainwashed
That's right.
until they are saying, well, I just don't like either one of them. I don't like Trump or Biden. Biden's too old. Y'all, please don't fall for these
Please,
tricks. Please don't fall for these
please,
tricks.
please,
You know,
please
I
vote.
don't care how old
I'm a
he is.
proud Democrat.
That brain is
I'll be
still
voting
working.
for that brain of
That brain.
Biden. That's still
The
working.
governor of Texas is in a wheelchair. Abbott
Okay.
is in a wheelchair.
Okay.
He's running Texas
Okay.
from a wheelchair.
Okay.
Uncle
Okay.
Joe
He,
may trip.
yeah, he
You
may
know,
be a
as I
little
say, he
slow.
might trip a little bit like we all we all
He
do.
might get a little slow,
But
but
nothing's wrong with that
he's still getting
brain,
that business done.
and we're going to be
We got a
talking
lot of
about
resources
that
in
as
Macon
well.
Bill
You
because of
better
Biden.
believe a lot of this. That $77 million
A lot of what's going on here.
plus that 110 million that came in here
School
for the
board
schools.
money.
You better
I
believe
mean, all the
came from
progress we,
Uncle Joe, y'all.
all that money during American Rescue during COVID, Biden got that to us.
That's right.
Biden
That's
and
right.
Harris. And
Yeah.
if I have anything to do with it, I'll be making sure they go back again.
Yeah, and the propaganda is, well, if something happens to Uncle Joe, then the
Well,
presidency would go to Kamala
we'll just have
Kamala
our
Harris.
first
Yes,
black
that's
female
right.
president.
When the front line falls, then the
Go
next in
and
line they stand up.
there you
So
have it.
if something were to happen to the president, then
The
there's a
vice
vice president.
president.
When he has to go into the hospital for
Vi-
his yearly
that's
physical, that he hands over power to the
there it
vice
is.
president.
There it
That's the
is.
way it
That's the
works.
way it
So
is.
y'all need to get over it. But those folks who say that their vote does not count,
Oh, he
over
counts.
in Warner
He
Robins, there was
counts.
a recent election. I think the winning candidate won by one vote. I think he ended up in some trouble. He had
Wow.
his butt sitting up in some polling places or something, like
Wow.
nobody was gonna tell on him.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, but the unofficial count was that he won by one vote.
Well,
So
we know that Trump want to steal
you've
steal
got one
votes.
vote.
We know he'll go as low as to
Oh,
steal
he's
votes.
planning it. He's
We know
planning
that.
it. We've got to make sure
We know that.
that here in Macon Bibb
Yeah.
County, that ours
We
is
know that he
solid.
wants you to find votes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So we know
So
you.
if you see Pastor Lisa and Dr. Butler and
Yeah,
I and some other folks out there,
we're gonna be beating the
we're
drum.
not accepting no for an answer
No,
as
we're gonna
far
be
as
beating
our
the drum.
freedom, because your vote may and my vote together
It
may make the
matters. Yeah, it
difference. It
matters.
may make the
It
difference.
matters.
Let's go on and talk about, because this time
All
goes
right.
by so
Well,
fast.
well,
Let's
we're
talk
gonna
about.
march from all four parts of the city with the younger pastors coming in to help us on each side of town, and we're grateful to all of them. Then we're gonna bring everything to City Hall. Everybody arrives at City Hall at 12 noon, and
Mm-hmm,
the mayor will greet us there, and then we'll go up the street there to, and the new president will greet us there as well.
mm-hmm.
We'll go up the street to the historic Stewart Chapel, and we'll climax there with our church celebration on MLK Day. at 12:30 in the afternoon. The keynote speaker will be the new president of the EMA, Pastor Leon Ward.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll come back at the end of January, on January the 28th. That's the last Sunday in January. We'll come back at 2 p.m. on January the 28th, and we'll actually install Pastor Leon Ward as the new president of 2024-25 for the Evangelical Ministers Alliance. So we're excited about that. And Pastor, my lifelong pastor, the Reverend Dr. Moderator, Pastor Walter L. Glover Jr., will
And
be the
all of that.
keynote speaker
Uh-huh.
on January 28th at 2 p.m. at Pastor Ward's church down Williamson Road, Newburgh Church. So we invite
Oh,
everybody to come out. Yeah.
that's
So
wonderful.
like I said, we
That's
got
wonderful.
5 events coming up in January. They can
Uh-huh.
go on the site of
Uh-huh.
Macon Bill and see
Uh-huh.
them listed there.
Macon Bibb County, go on that site. And these events are also going to be on the Macon Black Culture
That's right.
site.
Right.
And
And they'll
you'll,
be on my page on
uh-huh.
Facebook, Lisa
Mm-hmm.
Watson.
Mm-hmm.
So we want everybody to come out
So you
and
can check
support.
all of that out. And then, of course, in February, we'll be talking again and reminding you of the events that will
Right.
be taking place in
And April,
February.
and April,
And then
building the
April,
beloved community
right.
in February with Dr. John Donaway and Mercer. Then we'll come back in April and we'll be talking about the drum major for Justice Awards. Then we'll come back and we're going to have a lot going on April, May, because we're going to have elections. So they'll
Hmm.
be hearing a lot from us with forums. We're hoping to have forums with other organizations
Right.
collaborating with us, Women's League,
Right.
NAACP. We're going to have everybody coming in for one massive forum with us,
Hmm.
the EMA. So we're going to try to get people informed, educated before we vote so we can have an educated voter.
Right.
Because we
Right.
believe an ignorant vote is just as bad as
Oh,
no vote.
it's horrible because then you start talking about supporting a third party
So we're
candidate,
gonna be
which
busy
is
the
just
first
gonna
part of
help Trump.
2024.
So
We're gonna have to hump it. The
yeah, yeah,
2024, the beginning
yeah,
of the first
yeah.
quarter, we got to get it out. We got to get our people to the polls. We got to
Right,
get our people
right.
educated because this election coming up locally in May is major.
But you know what? The thing is, if you're not registered, you
Yeah,
can't vote.
that's it.
And if you are one who served some time and you are off
You done your
probation, you're
time.
clear, everything, you can
You can
re-register.
re-register.
And I know that probably probation officers don't tell their
Uh,
probationers this,
but we telling
but
you,
we're telling you. And so
it's
you go
facts.
and tell all your relatives, you know who's been incarcerated, who's out,
If you
who's
done your
finished with their
time, you all
yeah,
paper, you can go and vote.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
register again with your ID.
right,
Get registered, and it's very
right,
simple, little short form to
right.
register to vote.
It
Don't
is
take no
short. It's
time,
like 6 lines.
and then you can mail it in. Even if you get a
That's
form
right.
from us at church, we have the forms where you can
That's
fill
right.
it out and drop it in a mailbox anywhere. Drop it in a mailbox, postage paid. You'll be
Mm-hmm.
registered.
Mm-hmm.
You'll
Mm-hmm.
be registered.
There are other organizations that are working on voter registration. At EL High School Academy,
Mhm.
every day that we're open, we have voter registration cards there
Mhm.
for you. You can simply come by. If you need any kind of information,
Mhm.
it's a very simple process. You might even want to just register on your phone.
Right.
We can
Just a
let you
few
do it that way,
lines.
or check your registration status.
That's right.
We can assist with that. But any of the hours that EL High School is open, we will be available to assist you. The NAACP is working on voter registration, and
That's
we
right.
want to say to Maria Bryant, we hope that she's doing
Feeling better.
better. We know
Yeah.
she's been a
Then
little under
prayers
the
up for
weather.
her. Then
Yeah,
prayers up.
so we're hoping she'll be back out there,
Yeah.
uh, uh, prancing around
Yeah. Beating the bushes
again.
for
For,
us.
oh yeah, she is.
Getting the vote
She's.
out.
I don't know who's harder working, she or
And Westbrook. Yeah, they
Westbrooks,
be
but I
on it.
think they're neck and
They be on it.
neck and neck
Yeah.
with stuff.
And Mr. Dumas
Mr. Dumas
and
is
Gloria
right there.
Smith.
Oh
They are
yeah,
drum
and I
majors who
don't
beat.
you, Miss
Yeah, Miss
Idonia,
Adonia
all
Jackson.
of them.
They beat the bushes and
Oh
get the
yeah,
vote
yeah,
registered, and then they try to get us to the poll. So
yes,
we need more
yes.
people like that.
Yes,
We
we do.
salute them.
We do.
Yeah.
Now, our DA on
Ah,
last week, I was privileged to
I
attend.
watched it live. The
Did
rise.
you?
Yeah, that was
I was
awesome.
privileged to attend the second Rise
Yeah.
graduation ceremony. She was on. what, last week?
Yeah,
Was it last week?
yeah,
And
yeah. She was
talked
on and
about
talked
the
about it.
Rise graduation and invited everybody to come. And there was a full house. And they had 68
Was that at the
young
Anderson
people.
Center and the
It
Goodwill?
was not, it was at Lundy
Lundy
Chapel.
Chapel. That's
Lundy
right.
Chapel, beautiful,
That's
beautiful
right.
facility.
Anthony Coleman, Pastor Anthony Coleman,
Right.
and my young minister, Pastor Alex
Yeah,
Gibson.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And so it was held out there, and those young people were just wonderful. They sang, they did
a lot of it
scriptures,
is on
they
Facebook. It
just
was awesome. So you had the sheriff in the house.
uh-huh.
Had
Sheriff David
yeah, you had
Davis was
you
there.
had a lot of good people
Mayor
in there.
Mayor was
Saw the
there.
mayor there.
See, people know who the winners are.
Yeah, yeah.
so so I keep telling people they don't need to mess with the DA. You get a good,
Good
you
whipping.
gotta go get a
A good
good one.
whipping.
Might be worse than the 70%
Yeah,
this time.
fully support her. She's done
Yeah,
a great job.
she,
And
yes.
Sheriff David Davis doing a great
Uh-huh.
job. He
Uh-huh.
told us when the
Hmm.
four got out of there, he was gonna get them back. He
That's
came and he
right.
got them back.
That's right. All four of them. He
Yeah,
slow
and
walked
he
them
slow
down.
walked
He
them right
said,
on back
Madam
in.
Commissioner,
And didn't allow.
we're on the trail.
And
We're
while
gonna
they were
get
out,
them.
he didn't allow them to do nobody any harm.
Uh-uh.
So he did what
That's
a
right.
good sheriff should
That's
do.
right. So people who think that there's nothing going on, there's a lot going
A
on. They
lot.
might not be able to tell you when, and we know that you're anxious
Yeah.
to get that
Yeah.
information and get some closure, but
They
law
have to be
enforcement
careful with
has to
that.
be methodical and
Yeah.
make sure everybody's rights
Because the
are
criminals are
protected.
trying to get it as well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
That's right.
we
They
just
have
gotta
some top current electronics out there, and the
yeah.
police have to have stuff to keep ahead
Yeah. And this
of
sheriff
them.
has really kept up with the trends for as technology
Yeah.
go with the
Yeah.
the spotters of the shooting that has just
Hmm.
decreased so much crime in our
Yeah.
area. And we are so grateful
Yeah.
because shootings one while here, we were just killing each other like a
Yeah.
sport, you know.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
just thank God for the new equipment, the new
Well, there's
eyes.
cameras
Yeah, the new
all over
eyes.
the place. We
And
have
those
approved a
yeah,
lot of that federal monies
yeah.
for
That's what I mean when
um,
I say he really has
public
invested
safety.
them dollars that you all have given to the sheriff department in some good places
Right,
with them
right.
cameras with those
So
shooter
when you
spotters.
do stuff,
Hmm.
just like in the school zone, you
They
speed through,
got you.
you get a ticket.
They got you.
Um, just if you dump
They
illegally,
got you.
more than likely there's a
There's some
camera
eyes on you.
somewhere nearby. If you're out there shooting
They got
and
you.
those bullets go
And they
all
know the
over the
difference. He told
place.
us in the minister's luncheon
Uh-huh.
between a firecracker
Oh
and a
yeah.
gunshot.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah. And they can tell where the
exactly
shots are
where it
being.
came from.
Oh yeah.
So
And they have used that information, that new technology to solve a
a lot of
lot of
crime.
crimes.
Hmm.
Their rate of solving is way, way up
Yeah,
there.
it was
They are
like 70 to
very,
80%.
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
why I say it ain't
They
going
solve
unsolved.
they solve
We
crime.
might be doing it, but it ain't going
Oh,
unsolved.
and his staff, he has some wonderful staff
Hmm.
people who have the latest. And for those of you who are interested in corrections and law enforcement and public safety as a career, uh, the the only a lot of people think that the only job you can have is riding around chasing people down. There are just hundreds,
Of
I would
jobs and
dare say
corrections.
thousands
Hmm.
of jobs
Hmm.
in
It
corrections
really is.
that deal with all kinds of things.
Hmm.
So you might want to check that out. Go to georgiafutures.org, georgiafutures.org, and tell your young people to go to that site. And you can go to corrections and look at all of the different
Type.
careers that
Type of
are
careers in
available.
correction.
And you might want to send them to the military section
Hmm.
as well,
Hmm.
because anything that you can have out in the public sector,
Hmm.
you can have on a
Thank
military
Patrick putting it
base.
up there for him too.
Oh yeah. Oh, Patrick's right.
Patrick putting the sites up there for
Yeah,
you to go get
yeah,
it.
he is. All of he has all of
All
the
about the candidates
information.
coming
So
up
yeah.
there. Yeah.
So those of you who are listening on AM and FM, y'all be sure you go to the Glory Live and replay this program.
Yes.
And then also check out the chat with all of the information
Hmm.
that Professor Davis
Putting out
is
there.
providing
Yeah, that's what
to
he is,
us.
Professor Patrick.
Yeah, he is. He is. He is. Look, we've only got a few more minutes. If you want to call us, please call us at 478 We, I think, have enough time for one call. But in the meantime, we want to thank all of you who have
Yes.
tuned in with us. This is our last show for 2023.
Wow. And how many
This is
years that make for you?
this is 10. This
Wow,
is
whole
10,
decade.
over
Ask
10
Elaine.
years for Ask Elaine. And it's just
Another
been our
year.
honor and privilege to be here with you,
Great
to
service.
share this community news and information, and to welcome guests like Pastor Lisa,
Great
Dr.
service.
Butler, all of these great folks who have tuned in with us. We want to remind you that you need to meet us at Rosa Parks Square
Hmm.
on Sunday evening
Hmm.
for the ceremonial ball drop
Hmm.
that's sponsored by Making Black Culture.
Hmm.
They will be there. They'll have kid friendly events,
Events
family
and
type
food.
activities, food, all kinds of things going on.
Hmm.
And so you'll want to be there. And we salute Making Black Culture
Yes.
for their innovative activities. They did the Juneteenth parade
Yes, it was awesome.
this past year.
The
They're planning
inaugural.
for it
That was the
this
inaugural.
2024, and then move over to January the
And
1st
they're
and tell
all
them what that
endorsed. It's
will.
all endorsed by the MLK
All
board, and our
endorsed.
commissioner,
That's right.
Elaine Lucas, is the chair of the MLK board, and she's done a great job since the inception of it. And I'm just honored to serve on the MLK board with her.
Hmm.
I know Dr. Butler and I have always served as advisors, and we're just happy to be a part of it. And all of the great work that you endorse over the years, we're just
Well, we're
grateful.
happy that that is an arm of city county government that's embracing all of the different organizations that are working to keep Dr.
Well,
King in front of
I
our
know
young
that the
people.
EMA is so grateful for all the support that you all give us. I know Black Culture was with Juneteenth for the support the MLK board gave to them, and I know we'll continue to give to them because, like you say, they're the ones helping to keep the dream alive, and that's what we want to do. We want to do the job of keeping hope alive, but also keeping Dr. King's dream
Right.
alive. So.
That's right.
I
That's
just
right.
thank God for you and the MLK board, and for you sponsoring that legislation for us to have it.
Well, and it was under the administration of the
Jack
former
Ellis.
mayor, C.
Hmm.
Jack Ellis, that we got. Oh, by the way, we are acting. The commission is acting to put some money behind Oak Cliff
Okay.
out in
Yes,
South
that lake.
Bend,
That lake.
and we're planning to name it for
Ja-
the mayor. At least I plan to
I love
introduce
that.
that, and I'm hoping to get unanimous
I
consent
love
to
that. It'll
do
be in South
that.
Macon,
Oh
I
yeah,
love that.
oh
I
yeah.
love that.
Listen, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. And we do expect you to be safe. Salute to Karna, who's
Yes.
still opening
300.
door,
Number,
opening
that's
car
my brother.
doors. Y'all don't wear him
That's
out
my brother.
now.
He done
Keep your
made
keys handy.
300.
I tell you,
And it was a Honda.
he's such a great public servant.
Yes,
And we
he
want to
is.
say on behalf of Macon Bibb County, y'all have a happy and safe new year. It is our honor, has been our honor and privilege to be here with you all of 2023. We want to
Yes.
all walk through 2024, and we are not going back.
That's it.
We are
That's
not
it.
going back.
That's it. Keep the
2024
dream
is the
alive. Keep
year.
hope alive. Let's do
That's
it.
right. That
Let's do
people
it.
exercise their rights and ensure their freedom.
Vote.
So, on behalf of everybody here, thank you, WDDO, for
The
your support
glory.
in keeping this program on, and especially Black Voters Matter. Thank you
Yes.
so much, and we'll see you again next Wednesday, the first Wednesday in
The new year.
the new year, for another
2024.
edition of Ask Elaine. Thank you.